Mildura Pacing Cup. Our caller for the event, 3DB's Brian Bennett. Okay, mate. $1.50 a win and 90 a place, the popular way, or $1 even a place, $1.50 and 1 even game Oro. It's the favourite on the tote and the sub. And the lines look better, away they go, and Springfield Raja got a nice start on the inside but then broke up. Ambro Gold away well, and they've all began fairly well. Onto the first turn they travel, and the pilot Ambro Gold going quickly around them, Crystal Glenmar, settling in behind them then in Ralo. Back along the fence, Springfield Raja, the outside Game Oro, followed by Parading, who's trapped 3 deep and now going forward. Back behind them, Gosh, one off the fence from Carlight. Next to last in the field, Athol Glen. And last of all in 3 deep there is Raging Bull. Around the turn into the home straight the first time. A little over 3 circuits to run. Ambro Gold in front, but Parading going quickly up outside it. Races up to join Ambro Gold and trying to get to the front. And Parading crosses in front of the judge 3 laps out. Shows the way, 4 metres Ambro Gold. Racing third, Crystal Glenmar. And now here's Raging Bull working up around the field 3 deep. Back behind them in Ralo, Game Oro the centre. Further back on the fence end, Springfield Raja. The outside, the stablemate Gosh. Next to last, Carlight. And last of all, Athol Glen. To the back they work after completing 1 circuit, Parading about a metre in front of Raging Bull, who reaches the death. Racing third, Ambro Gold. The outside now with cover 1 by 1, Crystal Glenmar. Back along the fence in Ralo. The outside of it nicely placed, 1 out 3 back there, is Game Oro. On the fence, Springfield Raja. The outside Gosh. Next to last, Carlight, and last of all in the field, Athol Glen. Making their way off the back, and no change in the order. About 40 metres covers the field, with the leader in front, Parading, a metre 2 on the outside, Raging Bull. Racing third, Ambro Gold. The outside, Crystal Glenmar. Back along the fence in Ralo, from there, Game Oro. Back behind them, Springfield Raja. The outside of it, then we find Gosh next to last, Carlight, and still whipping them in, Athol Glen. Into the straight they race 2 circuits out, and they steady up in front, Parading about a head in front of Raging Bull, working hard the outside. Racing third, Ambro Gold with a nice smother up the leader's back, and the outside, Crystal Glenmar, nicely placed. 3 back in the running line, Game Oro in Ralo the fence. In behind it then Springfield Raja. The outside of it and third last is Gosh, followed by Carlight next to last, and last of all in the field, Athol Glen. They make their way to the back, a little over a lap and a half from home, and no changes yet, Parading ahead to Raging Bull. Racing third on the fence, Ambro Gold. The outside of it there, Crystal Glenmar. Followed back behind them in Ralo, Game Oro. Further back then, Gosh, Springfield Raja the fence. Athol Glen next to last. Carlight last of all the rails. Working off the back of the 1200 metre mark. And Parading joined again the outside by Raging Bull. Racing third on the rails, Ambro Gold. The outside of it then, Crystal Glenmar. Followed by on the rails in Ralo. Up on the outside of it, Game Oro. Back the fence end, Springfield Raja. The outside of it is Gosh, next to last, Carlight, and last of all the outside, Athol Glen. They swing into the straight and race for the bell 800 metres out. Ball the outside leads about ahead to Parading the rails. Racing third, Ambro Gold. The outside, Crystal Glenmar. Now Game Oro out 3 deep, and one out of the cart. They're all Henry. He's been dislodged from the cart. They make their way to the back, and the leader in front, Parading a metre to race. In behind them, Ambro Gold, wider out Crystal Glenmar. Further back then in Ralo, Game Oro, and back behind them, Athol Glen. And the others check there, Springfield Raja, Carlight, and the clerk of the course trying to pick up Gosh. Up the back the last time, Parading in front. Leads about a metre, Raging Bull. Game Oro 4 deep. Back behind them in the field, Ambro Gold and in Ralo, but Parading got away on the turn. Parading 2 metres in front of Raging Bull. Wider out Crystal Glenmar and Game Oro, but into the straight. Parading first for home, straightens up 2 metres the Bull. It's Parading in front, Raging Bull trying to pick it up. Game Oro down the outside. Parading in front, trying to pick it up. Raging Bull with Parading. Parading sees it out, wins it a metre on the line. Ambro Gold got second. Third, Raging Bull. Back behind them, Crystal Glenmar. Out wide, Game Oro, followed in by in Ralo. Further back in the field, Athol Glen, Carlight, Springfield Raja, and the one that failed to complete the course was Gosh. Well, Parading, number 5, driven by Clinton Welsh, scoring a game win in the 1985 Mildura Pacing Cup final. Number 5, Parading, and that completes a rather unique double for the owner, Alan Hunter. He's won the consolation with Quite Famous, and also winning the final with number 5, Parading. Parading getting to the front, after working hard in the early stages, and has saved them up at the finish to score a metre, by about a metre on the line from Armbro Gold. And I think it was Raging Bull third. Number 5 in the frame, Parading, a 5-year-old bay horse by Raja LaBelle from Perceptive, raced by Alan Hunter, trained at Toolin Vale by John McLean, and driven by Clinton Welsh.
5, 2 and 10 numbers in the frame for the 1985 Mildura Pacing Cup, and a unique double to owner Alan Hunter, winning consolation with Quite Famous, and now Parading, who virtually led all the way, and a bold move by Clinton Welsh early in the race has virtually stolen this race from Armbro Gold, who got up on the fence to run second, and a very gallant Raging Bull who's run third. Bill Hutchison back with us again. Good move by Clinton Welsh early in the race.
Excellent move, yes, won him the race when Graham Morgan didn't go on with trying to get the lead. Well, it was left to Clinton. He was caught out 3 wide and top marks to him. He stole the race, and once he was in front, he dictated terms to a nicety, and they couldn't run him down.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the mile rate is for that particular race. We'll check on that shortly. The others, Armbro Gold, dived through an opening up the straight and ran second.
Yeah, we'll see. I think just the fact that Parading had so much sprint in him, when he won the Ladybrooks Cup, I think he backed them off to about a 69.5, and tonight I think he probably did basically the same, and he was able to sprint his last half in about 57 at Moonee Valley, and he probably wouldn't be much below that tonight. So they've only rated 9.7, and yet what did Quite Famous rate earlier in the night?
About 2.6.5,
yeah.
Yes. Well, in Ralo, Springfield Raja, all up-handy, but didn't do much, of course. Game Oro sprinted from around the 450-metre mark, but just didn't go on with it.
It was an excellent run, actually, Game Oro. You can't really come back much further than fourth when they're sprinting their last half in round 58. It's just an impossibility.
Well, I noticed at the Bell Lap, or just before you said that, you said there's no way any horse can come from further back and forth to win this race tonight. Right. So you were spot on.
Yeah.
Well, looking at Athol Glen, Crystal Glenmar and Carlite didn't do much, and of course we saw that terrible incident where Henry McDermott was tipped out on Gosh.
Well, it probably could have been a lot worse. I think Henry had plenty of time to look for a soft space to land. Well, he got out of it rather well, I think.
I left Raging Bull the last because it was a gutsy run.
It was a good run. Actually, Stephen Duff drove the horse perfectly. He didn't put too much pressure on the leader and still had plenty in reserve for himself for the run home.
All right, thanks again for being with us this year, Bill, with the all clear there, and we hope to see you again next year here at the Pacing Cup Carnival. Looking at the particular last half in the race has been run in 57.8, and the last mile in 23.6. Now that last half, very important. 57.8. That is the reason why Parading won. An amazing last half, and a very slow mile rate though, 29.7. So Parading joins a lot of great horses to win the Mildura Pacing Cup over the last 29 years. And a great performance by the owner, the trainer, John McLean, the driver, Clinton Welsh. Mentioned the owner, who of course won consolation and final. We hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation of the 1985 Mildura Pacing Cup, and we remind you at round about 20 minutes to 12 tonight we'll have a review of the entire Mildura Pacing Cup night for 1985. Good night.
This has been another TV8 Sport production. Burt Reynolds is a jewel thief.